Hello and welcome to financework.com. Today my name is Avdut and today we are going to see equity research overview. Especially we are going to focus on what is equity research. In this video we will cover equity research overview. What is equity research? Who provides it and why? Why publish equity research? Revenue from research. Purpose, process and application of equity research. Skills required for equity research analysts. Salary and job responsibilities of equity research analyst. And exit opportunities. Equity research overview. In the financial markets, information is a valuable asset. Investors rely on information for investment decisions. Traders need information for entry and exit decision, and corporate financiers, including bankers, private equity firms, etc., need information to value companies and participate in transactions. This information has to come from somewhere, and as a result, there are specific divisions within financial institutions dedicated to researching the key issues of companies, industries and economies, and this division is called equity research. Now let's see what is equity research. Equity research is what an equity research analyst does. Well, to start with, equity research is a study of equities or stocks for the purpose of investments. Equities or common stock comprises a big chunk in any company's capital, and shareholders need to know whether to stay invested in the company or sell the shares and come out. As an individual, it is time consuming to do equity research, that is, to study the company, its financial statements, products, management, and take a decision about investment. Exactly for the same reason, there are people working in research companies whose job is to do equity research and recommend companies for investment. Equity research is an important division within buy side and sell side both. Though equity research represents equities primarily, it also includes bonds and commodities. The role of an equity researcher is to provide insight and in-depth analysis into a company, sector, and economy. Investors use this information to allocate their funds. Private equity firms and investment banks use equity research to value companies in mergers and acquisitions, leveraged buyouts, and IPOs. In investment banks, equity research is a revenue-producing division, since buy-side firms buy this research from equity research team. Equity research division is split into different coverage groups as per the sectors. The specific sectors could be information technology, media, healthcare, mining, or consumer durables. Equity research is also done privately by some buy-side institutional investors and hedge funds, but this is not published externally. Let's see who provides equity research and why. Equity research is provided by three main types of groups. First, big investment banks. Big investment banks that offer equity broking, trading in equities and other financial instruments, capital raising, and advisory services to companies. Next, equity brokers. brokers that offer only equity broking and trading, and third one is pure research firms. The major requirement of equity research is in global investment banks that recruit several hundred analysts each in various locations and cover the majority of the world's liquid stocks. Some smaller investment banks cover the less liquid, smaller cap stocks and particular sectors, especially telecom, or regions, especially emerging or BRIC economies, that is Brazil, Russia, India and China economies. These specific areas require more local and specific knowledge, which niche providers may be better able to provide. Okay, why publish equity research? What's the need of publishing equity research? Investment banks publish equity research reports with various motives in mind. First one is promote equity capital raising business. To promote equity capital raising business, that is, if an analyst covers an IPO or a particular stock in the industry, he or the investment bank attracts the attention of the market and may get the business of other companies in the same sector. Second is for revenue from advisory services, to increase earnings from higher margin advisory services like M&A advisory, that is mergers and acquisitions advisory. And third one is to promote the brand. Investment banks would like to increase the general awareness of its brand in financial markets. This brand building exercise is important for investment banks to grow the business. Let's say revenue from research. How the revenue from research is made. Equity traders charge commission for equity research. This research is a combination of written output, that is equity research report, and access to analysts through phone calls, emails and personal meetings. So the users of equity research benefit from the research report and also from the time of research analyst. Payment for the equity research is made to the broker or investment bank indirectly when the investor puts a buy or sell trade. This buy or sell trade is made through the broker for which the equity research analyst is working. The investor informs the firm the trading calls made by him, and the research manager decides the commercial value of the equity research analyst service and compensates him or her accordingly. Now the third, pure research firms that do not trade receive a cash payment. What's the purpose of equity research? Purpose of equity research is to study companies, analyze financials, and look at quantitative and qualitative aspects mainly for the decision. And what's that decision? Whether to invest or not. Now let's say process of equity research. Equity research process comprises of multiple steps. First one is economic analysis. Well, this model is basically top-down approach. Many companies follow bottom-up approach. So let's see what is that top-down approach. First step is economic analysis. Next is industry analysis. Third, company analysis. That's called EIC model. Then next is financial statement analysis. Next point is financial and valuation modeling, that is financial forecasting. Then next is report writing. You have to write equity research report for this. And next is you have to present this report and recommend whether to buy, hold or sell. So this is presentation or recommendation step in equity research. Now let's say what is the application of equity research. Equity research is used in many areas. Primarily, the research is used for the following purposes. First is obviously for investment evaluation. Investors would like to know whether to invest or not in particular stocks. So for that, equity research is important. Next, in mutual fund industry, many buy-side firms, they use this equity research to buy companies. So that's basically in mutual fund industry. Third is mergers and acquisition deals. Fourth, for financial publications. And next is for charitable endowments. Now let's see what are the job responsibilities of equity research analyst. An equity research analyst or associate spends his time doing research, projections, and reporting. The research work includes analyzing a company, its competitors, and products. The information can be gathered from the industry people, online information, that is from Google, and from other agencies. The projection work includes financial forecasting and modeling. The equity research analyst will estimate the growth rate, discount rates for the company several years into the future. The investment banks use equity research reports in financial modeling. In equity research, the junior level is called associate and the more senior level is called analyst. This is exactly opposite in investment banking. Now let's see what are the exit opportunities available for equity research analyst. If you are an equity research analyst and working for and looking for an exit opportunity, you can join hedge funds, private equity firms, or the investment banking division. Since the equity researcher's role is to analyze companies from the investor's point of view, they already have the mindset and skill set to work well in hedge funds and other buy-side firms. Since equity research analyst is familiar with a certain sector, his knowledge and insight can prove useful when transitioning into another role focusing on that particular sector. Well, I have seen equity research analysts move into software companies as domain experts. Now, if you want to be equity research analyst, let's see what are the different skills required for equity research analyst. First, you have to be excellent in financial analysis and your research skills need to be excellent. Second point is you need to have global and business analysis knowledge. You need to know how to check business model of a company and see the strength and weaknesses analysis, that is SWOT analysis. Third one is presentation and writing capabilities. Well, once you write report, you have to present it in front of investment committee, and for that you have to have very good writing and presentation capabilities. Fourth point is correct judgment. As I have already mentioned that you need to give sell, buy or hold recommendation and to investors, and for that you need to have very good judgment. Well, let's say salary. Equity research analyst on base salary plus bonus, and it's really rewarding to be equity research analyst. Now that's all for now for equity research analyst. If you have any queries or suggestions, or if you want to join our equity research financial modeling and investment banking program, you can visit our website, that is www.financewalk.com. Thank you so much for being with me and have a great day.